whatever time you'll be joining in. Oh, sorry, I'm getting myself situated. I wasn't planning to do this evening, but here we are. I have a topic today, and I just really have energy to do this today. So I'll put some little bit more light. Yes, just a little bit more light. If you will be watching this in the recording, I understand because every state, every country has different time zone, and I hope you're getting rest if you need to. But today's topic is about ladies that are truly toxic and ladies who trying to appear as feminine but they are really fake feminine. And also this part is for men, how to spot a woman that is truly toxic. She's trying to hide it, but she is truly toxic. She has a lot of problems, and how to spot that early so you don't end up in a situation with that. And for ladies, is how to realize that all of us have we all have something to work on, and how to not to be that woman. How to not to be the toxic friend. Uh, how to not discourage others. Hi, Robert. Oh, thank you. You are the best. Robert, thank you. Robert said, is it hard to wake up so beautiful every day? Yes, it's very hard, but it comes naturally. I actually have a cup, Robert, that says I woke up like that. Believe it or not. Hi, Tanyusha. Привет, привет. I need you today, Tanyusha. We're gonna be talking about toxic. By the way, you can, okay, Tanya, I'm counting on your input today because if you don't mind sharing, you can share a few things that you had experienced. So how to spot a toxic woman, and what is fake femininity, and for us ladies and ladies who will watch, how to not become one, how to always remember that we were made for something better than being toxic, right? So the inspiration for this video actually came from one of my live streams that I made recently, and a toxic person with a toxic attitude for sure hopped on my live stream, and she was sharing how uh, terrible my accent was, and how fake and awful my accent was, which is, I know Tanya can relate, and it's very interesting. Our accents are always bad for people who are not native speakers, but she just mentioned that, oh, you are so fake, like Melania Trump, and your accent is blah blah. And I didn't give her any. Well, first of all, it's a compliment to me. If I have anything in me that resonates Melania Trump, thank you so much. Number one. Number two, uh I specifically did not give that person time of the day because I was in my flow. It was a life when I was coming on from my car in the middle of the day, running my errands, and I specifically did not give her a minute, and I just deleted her comment. But this is the first sign, the major sign of the toxic woman is discouragement to others. Well, I thank you, DJ. Well, you are a lady, I presume. And thank you so much. I'm glad that you can understand me, and uh we should always remember that the person that speaks with accent just means that they took an effort to learn an entire language. Because if they speak with an accent, it means that that is their second, third, or maybe even fourth language. Fourth, not first. So it deserves some respect. Number one. Number two, I've been in the United States for a while now, and when 100 people admire you and one out of 100 is trying to mock you, and especially men love our accent. I'm just gonna say how it is. If you girls who live here would be in France or in Germany, German man or French man would say, "Oh, I love your American accent." Here when we are in America, a lot of people just enjoy it. It's pleasant for them overall. But it is very interesting because women who are angry or disappointed, or they just realize that you have the courage to do something. That was my, we all have taste and preferences, right? I'm not arguing with you over your taste or over your preferences, because it's something you don't argue about. Somebody like red, somebody like pink, somebody like blue, somebody like gray, whatever that is, it doesn't matter. But when somebody, that's the most important point, when somebody, especially a woman, we're going to talk about women today, trying to discourage you from doing something, that is the worst sign, of course, of a toxic person. But in this case, it's a great case of a toxic woman, because as women we were meant to nurture and inspire. We cannot learn femininity from men. We cannot learn, I mean, we love our men, but we cannot learn how to dress from men. We cannot learn how to walk, how to be feminine, how to be flirtatious, how to be courageous things, how to open a channel that is for women, for example, how to talk about, how to share our little secrets and tricks. That's why I always have huge appreciation for ladies who have the courage to go and do something out of the box, doing something out of the box and uplifting. So this is the major sign of a toxic woman, when she is mocking, discussing, or uh, criticizing other women, because we are just like you. We are just like you. We were meant to be. Women are a lot more sociable. You know how, if I have ladies, I know I have Tanya, I have DG on the chat. We like to go, even if we sometimes go into to the bathroom, we like, being with ladies. We talk. This is how we connect. And our goal is to nurture. Our goal is to, see another woman somewhere, trying an outfit and tell her, "Oh my god, this look amazing on you," and really mean that. That it's really, and really mean that. I remember I was at this one shop, and I was looking. I love vintage stuff, and I have my first shop. I always look for unique things to add to my Etsy for collection, and I was looking for some unique things, and there was this girl. I think she was from Jamaica, and she was trying different outfits, and I just hated the outfits she was picking out, because they were just so bad. And and it's always a little scary to tell somebody, put this down, like put something pink, put something bright. So this girl, she turned out to be a lawyer, and she was so sweet and lovely. I didn't know what reaction she's gonna get, but my goal, wasn't to say my goal wasn't to say something discouraging. I had a solution. I thought that she would look amazing in dusty pink, with her, beautiful natural tan. I thought she was just look amazing in this like baby pink color. Anyhow, and she was trying to go for another black thing, just it was a gala concert that she was going to, and it's like it just wasn't that celebrative. And I just saw that as a dress, and I just made a suggestion, and she tried the dress, and we kind of became friends. I ended up going to the gala party. She invited me, and it was a wonderful time. And it's just like, you always want to see other people happy. You want to see especially other women happy. So the ladies that try to mock other ladies and discourage, "Oh, you have an accent, you are too short, you are too fat, oh, you stupid, what do you know? You know, always watch out for that, because that is just some quality that at some point will go against you. The woman that is openly mean to others, and that is harsh on others, and that is so judgmental, the main thing is she cannot enjoy herself, and the only thing she has inside of her is frustration and pain. She's not doing what she's supposed to do. She's not, she kind of abandoned herself, she abandoned her dreams, she abandoned her uh desires. She even doesn't know what her desires anymore. She doesn't have the courage to do them, and so all she has is pain and frustration. She doesn't see her own beauty, she doesn't see her own value, and you know, she can only spill frustration, she can't spill joy because she doesn't have any. So that lady, you know, shared that with me, that was fine, because I am okay with my accent, and uh I'm gonna make my videos. But I imagined, what if that was my very first video? Or maybe some of you girls or guys, you know, you make your first video, you're nervous, you know, you don't know what the hell going to happen, and you're worried enough, and somebody comes and just mocks you, and just mock you and criticize you. And I mean, that is so toxic, right? That is so, this is a definition of toxic. This is so cruel. This is such a cruel thing to do, you know. For me, it was just interesting, because I have a friend right now that I'm encouraging to open her channel, and I'm just imagining, you know, other ladies trying to do something, and just having those toxic people popping from everywhere and discouraging you. So anyway, oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Oh my gosh, I have so many wonderful people. I want to say thank you for the super chat, first of all, and I'm going to read some of your comments, because I want this to be more interactive. What is the meaning of toxic? Toxic is like basically poisonous. So we all can only share what we have inside of us, right? If you put in a pitcher some apple juice or water, if you spill accidentally the apple juice from that pitcher, it's gonna be apple juice everywhere. If there was water, it's only gonna be water. So if there is poison, then it's gonna be poison. We can only share what we have. We cannot share what is not abundant inside of us, what's not overflowing. So it would be really hard to share something good when you are in that toxic state. So toxic is basically poison, and it literally feels like poison, doesn't it? So thank you so much for the super chat, I appreciate it. I hope I answered your question. Hello Daniel, welcome, good to see you. Thank you so much for leaving comments and being so polite. I saw some of your comments, I haven't answered them all, but I really appreciate it. Hello Fiona, welcome, beautiful, good to see you. Tatiana, they just, well, I do know, okay, so we always say, or they're just jealous, or yeah, but it doesn't make it any better. And it's still, you know, when people are giving out poison, it's still poison. For me, once again, I just was inspired to do this live show. I can promise you that I didn't cry overnight, because stuff that, you know, some of you ladies been through toxic stuff uh, in person, you know, maybe at work or in school. You know, we all have these experiences. So the thing is, you know, if things bother you when you know you have an issue, right? If she would say something else that truly bothers me, yeah, I might have gotten upset, because maybe there is something I want to change, or maybe there is something you want to change. And you know, let's say you're trying to maybe um encourage yourself to go to the gym or go outside every day, and you know, and one day you miss it, another day you missed it, you already know you are kind of slacking, and somebody comes and just like knows your weak spot, knows you're trying to change your lifestyle, and they just shoot right there, you know. Or maybe you're trying to learn how to dress, or you're trying to maybe start your channel or your blog, and it's like you already vulnerable, you're trying to do it, and the other person realize that that's your weak spot, and they're just gonna just just like throw, you know, point a bullet right in there. So that's why it is important sometimes to keep some things and plans to yourself. And for my men followers, I just want to say, you know, if your lady is love bombing you, but she's really critical of other, you know, women, and she's not nice to people who are maybe serving at a restaurant, or you know, doing something, maybe it's a custodian, you know, it's just really, you know, those subtle things. This is how eventually you're going to be treated. And some of the truly toxic ladies is really interesting, like unhappy, it just basically equals unhappy, unfulfilled. They can sometimes luckily get a good person, you know, a good friend, a great girlfriend, you know, or even a good man, you know. Sometimes you're attractive, you know, maybe you're not, you know, the most um pleasant person in the world, but men sometimes get attracted to particular kind of women, but they would not take advantage of it. They would not try to say, oh my gosh, you know, this man is wonderful. Okay, maybe I should pick up my game. Maybe I shouldn't be in bed all day, you know, smoking and drinking, and you know, maybe I should go and do something. Maybe I should go and um you know, maybe I should step up. Maybe it's like, you know, cash advance, you know. Maybe I got something before I even earned it. So, but the problem with toxic ladies like this, they will try to find something wrong in you, and in everybody else, and it's just, so the main reason for that is not being fulfilled. And ladies in the chat, please tell me, what do you think, and have you ever had that toward you, or have you ever been in a bad mood and you realize, man, I was mean or I was wrong? For me, I can honestly state that I have several things that trigger me, and in the past I hadn't dealt very well with that, and it wasn't hatred towards other women, but it just was the way I would address some things. um the way I would resolve a conflict right now would be a lot different than I would resolve it 7 years ago, for example. It's just that we all have these triggers inside of us, and sometimes we lack kindness, you know, sometimes we lack patience and empathy. And let's make sure that those of us who are watching are not contributing to this whole, you know, world of unfulfilled women. Let's make sure we're not, you know, spending time on discussing somebody, you know, who is sane, who is sick, you know, who is this. It's really when you're focusing on other women or other people, you remove focus from yourself, and the inner and outer work you need to do. You procrastinate on your own project, and you put your frustration on everybody else. You think that other women got lucky, were born, you know, in a better conditions, you know, had better genetics, you know, even though, you know, French fries and McDonald's will make every genetic look the same, okay? But it's just this toxic mindset that everybody is lucky, or they want something, or they had, oh, she has a rich father, she has a, you know, rich lover, oh, she's stupid, she's fat, she's an idiot, you know. It's like uh basically when it, gossips are never, and I think Mina, I believe Mina the universe guru, been talking about this in one of her videos. She shared how gossips, and I have to agree with you 100%. Gossips are never elevating. It's never something that, inspire you to be better. Gossips, it's such a dangerous um, path, because it can suck you in real quick, and before you know it, you lose human face. You get involved in this, and then other it creates this whole unhealthy environment. So I think women who are conscious and who are enjoying themselves would never go to that level. And I have this rule, that I try to follow. If I want to talk about somebody else, I try to say things that I can tell to the person that I'm talking about. If it's something, you know, it's hard to say what it is. Is it good or bad? I don't know. But it's something that, I have the courage to say the other person. So they already know. But the best thing is to say wonderful things behind someone's back. It's really the best thing, because people associate uh, you with your words, even though you were saying something bad about somebody else. But guess what? Whatever you said really rubs off on you. So we should have no desire to um, mock somebody who is maybe already down, but look for inspiration. The reason some of you ladies I know came from Mina's channel, the reason I'm watching Mina's channel, because she's just so inspiring, so pure, and so childlike. And a lot of you know that she's been through a lot in her life, and I think it's just like so joyful. um so we have to inspire each other and make sure that when we make stories about toxic ladies, that we don't do what they are doing. All right. I said it. Hello, Andrea Lina, my dear friend, so good to see you, beautiful. I hope you are not staying too. I know it's very late in England. It's not too late, but I appreciate you coming, but I hope you get your beauty sleep. Yes, Mina has a wonderful heart, and you can just tell. And that's why she is looking so radiant and beautiful, you know, 20 years younger than than her passport date, because she just possessed this, because she healed her own wounds. And now she wants to share and elevate. She wants to see people listening and changing their lives. She gets excited about it. And that's why I'm doing what I'm doing as well. I want people to do better and see more opportunities and just open up the magic. I also feel that smart people talk about ideas, events, and their own thoughts, and not about other people, for the most part. And I think it's important to remember that we don't need to discuss nobody. We can talk about ideas and what can we do better. Well, thank you, Pradeep. I'm so glad I'm your favorite YouTuber. Thank you, I appreciate it. Thank you. You have a good taste. Just kidding. Ah. Yes, thank you for the likes, everybody. Thank you for joining. Oh my gosh, Andrea, it's almost 4 a.m. I hope you had a nap before. But it's so nice to see you. It is so nice to see you. Um, Putting people down is just destructive and self-degrading. Yes. So it's true. Like you cannot get anything inspiring, anything good cannot be born. So, for men, the problem when as a man you dating a toxic lady, a lady that is poisonous. Let's just say she's poisonous. she may not bite you for a while, but if she has a kind of tendency, as soon as you step in the wrong direction, you're gonna get that bite. You're gonna get hurt. um and also you will realize somebody's true face. We all not perfect, we all losing it sometimes. We all sometimes doing wrong things. But if she's nice to you, if lady, your wish is nice to you, but when you turn your head, she's mean to this service blah, service. Okay, yeah, it says 11 o'clock. To workers or people who are around, you know that just shows true personality of a person, because the way we treat people that we need nothing from shows who we truly are. Once again, the way we treat people that we need nothing from shows who we truly are. Because you can always be nice or pretend to be nice when you need something from a person, but this is how you treat somebody who maybe have a little less than you, or somebody who is not doing so well at the moment, or somebody who is um, in a vulnerable position. How we treat these people, especially us as women, because we are born nurturers. So yeah, that tells a lot. Oh, thank you, DC. Hello, Miss Ukrainian here from Universe Guru channel. So you comment on joy makers, yeah, on joy generators, yes. Thank you so much for joining. Welcome. Um, Let me say hi and read some of your comments. Salamon. Oh, random. I'm convinced. Red is my favorite color. Yes, you are right about that. Red is my favorite color, and sometimes when I have a little drop of energy, which means I get a little tired or little mm, red always like it's almost like this elevator. So I am new today, so be gentle. Well, I'm very gentle. Not always, but welcome, Sven. I'm glad you're here today. Hello, Jim. Welcome, my friend. So good to see you. Um, Let me. Yes, it is. Honestly, it is kind of a gossip if you're talking about somebody. Well, if you talk about something really positive, if you talking positive, great things about somebody, you inspired by them, that is, I don't think that's a bad thing. If you know me personally, you know that I've had met some people that watching my channel. So if you know me personally, you know that if I like somebody, I'm gonna talk about them. If something is inspiring about them, I'm gonna talk about them non-stop, and I'm gonna like magnify their beautiful qualities. And it's almost like nothing can stop me, because I feel it's just like moment of inspiration. And I have couple people that I just inspire me so deeply. So if we ever get on some topic about them, it's just like you cannot stop me. But I don't think that it's a bad I don't think it's bad. I think it sends a positive vibe. And um even, what's interesting, even when people tell awful things about you, they still send in you their energy. That's why celebrities once in a while like a scandal, even though a lot of negative stuff comes towards them, but it's still energy. It gets them on top of the chart, it gets them on tabloids, on magazines, and basically they're making money while people are, you know um spreading the the toxicity and gossip, but they making money because it's still energy. So I'm gonna put it this way: we have a limited amount of energy and resources. So if I have, let's say I have a box of chocolate candy, if whether I like you or I don't like you, when I think about you, I'm giving that supply, one, two, three, and before you know it, the jar would be empty, but your jar would be full. So those people who are supposedly haters, they still they don't realize that the negative energy still benefits people at times. You know? Oi, what did I just do? Okay, I'm black. I'm gonna be in black and white for a while. I don't really like it. I just I accidentally put my finger on a my favorite black and white filter. What do you guys think? You like black and white? All right, so let me read some more comments. Hi, Lawrence. Welcome. Good to see you. Thank you, ladies, for sharing your thoughts. Okay, Daniel Lovelight is sharing that she sometimes had this experience, but she realized that she was, um, did something and it triggered her, and she tried not to do it next time. That's the only thing that we can do as women. Nobody is perfect. Sometimes, you had a crazy day, you didn't sleep enough, your child was out of control, or something happened at work, and you just, unfortunately we do that. But I feel that only things that we don't realize are ruling us. Once you realize your problem, you don't really have a problem, because once you realize what the issue is, you can do something about it. It's no longer blindly ruling you. So I'm with you. I have sometimes, some people call it Slavic temper, but I have a little bit of a temper, and sometimes things happen, but it's never intentional, and it's never to put somebody down. And I always, before I blow up or something like that, I try to escape. So when I think and when I feel it's coming, and maybe ladies know what I mean, like when I feel it's coming and things about to happen, I need to excuse myself and disappear, so I can, release the flame. So anyhow, a lot of truly toxic people pretend to be kind, and they are two-faced. So you really have to look, and you just really have to observe, because that is the worst. When you think that uh, somebody is your friend, and then you realize, oh, they told all my secrets to somebody, or they making fun, or they make jokes about me, or um you know doing things that are not so good. Yes, yes, Alina, Andrea, Alina, yes, 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 my friend. Yes, I know, because we can all get triggered sometimes, and I'm not trying to say, oh, I worked it out and I'm never, always positive. No, not always. And we all have our limits. And I think before you say these offensive words, or before you blow up, or before you say something you will regret, just, I even say this, like, like, leave me or I will leave. I need 5 minutes or 10 minutes to just like. But that is a little bit different though with what we are talking about. We are talking about more of unfulfilled women, women that wish that they would be doing what you are doing. Maybe you are having your little business, or you're trying photography, or you're making a live stream, or you're learning another language, and they wish they would have a courage to do what you do. Or maybe you're the kind of woman that gets up every morning and does your hair, does your dress and makeup, and they don't have they're lazy to do that sometimes. and they try to make fun of you and discourage you basically or whatever you're doing. So let's be aware of that, dear men, my dear men followers. When you see the ladies that criticizes other ladies all the time, she praising you and she's great with you, but if she's criticizing other ladies and even her friends, and she's like, oh, she's too short to wear this dress, or wow, can't believe, like when you see that kind of energy, just realize that this is not healthy attitude. you know we as women should process information and beautify it in our eyes. Even if things are not perfect, if we see a woman that is trying, instead of mocking her, we can say, why don't you try this pink? And that lady may not like that thing, but we just trying to do something, once again, our job as women is to beautify and focus on the beautiful in what we are seeing. This is our native inclination to do that. Beauty is in the eyes of the beholder, especially of us women. We always beautifying everything. So if your lady is not beautifying other ladies, if she always talks smack about other ladies, if she tells you things you don't want to know, pay attention. Oh, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. It is so nice, man. This is such a contrast when you have a black and white. This is awesome. Thank you. I learned in my early adulthood that my words can bless me or curse me, and this we can share with toxic people to perhaps help them heal. Yeah, I agree with that. Um, I wonder sometimes if people who are toxic, who are poisonous and negative and nagging, I wonder if they realize sometimes if they would just change their wording, they would not have to be jealous and they would not have to be victim. If they even start with the wording, if they would change and reframe the way they refer to others, I'm not sure that ladies are realizing that, who are just deep into this. I actually have a friend. I mean, not a friend, not really a friend, but I have somebody who I know that um, you know how things they always go around. So I know that. Uh, Oh, thank you. Somebody, DC said, make sure you like the video. Yeah, I have this, one lady that, always say negative things about me when I leave the room, and she even talks to her children and to some other people, and it just how things. There is always somebody that will tell you that. So I'm just smiling. I don't want to be part of that, but I wish that she would realize that she can also laugh, and she also can put the lipstick on, and she can also put her heels on, and she would be just as happy as I am. And I'm not judging, because if I would be in that nasty negative mindset, I would be probably doing the same thing. But for you men, for if you follow me for a while and you're looking for a lady, feminine woman to connect with and build a relationship with, if she's fake feminine, if she's toxic, the major issue was it's really affect your financial wealth. Just as truly genuine and feminine and inspirational women bring you success and more opportunities and growth, the poisonous toxic woman does the opposite. Maybe not even on purpose, but that's what happens. Because another aspect of it, this kind of lady is she's kind of never happy. The never happy kind. So when you bring her things, when you do things for her, uh, it's basically never good enough, and you just cannot make you happy. So it really drains the joy from your life. Yes, Jim, it drains the joy from your life. So for you, on the other spectrum of this, is that you have to watch out for it, because your energetic field is connecting with yours so close. That's why you have to be a little bit of a stickler and make sure that she has the right energy going around her, the right influence, because you need that motivation, and that we talked about it, that that drive that naturally comes from genuine person, genuine woman. If somebody criticizes everything you do, and it's never good enough, it may not bring you what it may not bring you what you want in life. You have to be extremely um independent and separated and detached from her to be truly thriving. So watch out. This is serious. And that is fake femininity. When the woman looking feminine on the outside, and she's nice to certain people, but to those who she feels she's higher than, she's mean, and she is unappreciative of their efforts, and she's discouraging, and it's the opposite of what feminine is, because feminine is nurturing and encouraging and inspiring and light and bubbly, and just uplifting. It just always is desire to uplift. I was reading this book a couple years ago, and it was sharing how when the child get conceived, that sometimes when there are some imperfections in the DNA from the man, the female cells will try to heal it, to change it. I don't remember the exact word and the exact terminology, and I'm not a scientist, but I was reading that scientific books that was based on scientific research, and how the this is the true feminine. It's trying to repair the damaged DNA, or the damaged cell in that process. As a couple of days when the magic happens, it's trying to repair and conceive, not conceive it, it's already it's and repair and transform it for the better. That is our true power. Our true power is turning things, creating something beautiful out of, yes, kind of maybe regenerate, but it's trying to fix, repair it into, and make it whole. It was amazing. It was amazing when I was reading that research. It was just mind blowing. So that's who we truly are. That's who we truly are. Yes, fake humility and fake feminine is not so fun. Um, yes, misery loves company. That's true, John. Yes, some people will make a joke out of your life dreams and desires, and that is why toxic women are such a bad influence for men who are driven and have big goals, and maybe unusual goals. Maybe you have dreams out of the box. Maybe you want to live in a foreign country. Maybe you want to have the what they call laptop lifestyle. Maybe you want to write a book. So when you want to share with the person you're the closest with, you want to share your dreams, your goals and aspirations and unusual things. And I feel like dreams are very sensitive thing. um I feel that dreams, if you think about dreams, that is such an incredible thing, because when somebody shared dreams with you, their true dreams, they really open in their heart, because our dreams, our deep desires, this is true reflection of who we are deep inside. And so if you are with a woman who does not believe in you, she may even tell you with words, oh yeah, good job, or sure, you can do it, but you feel she does not believe in you, she does not support you, we I used to belong to a book club. It was an online book club, and this would start at 6 a.m. in the morning, 6 a.m. Eastern time in the morning, or 5 a.m. Central time. And we had this one man in our book club. He was probably one of the most driven, out of the box, thinking person, entrepreneur. He was a machine, and he had all these ideas and he was implementing them. He was already successful, but he was like this engine of ideas, and just incredible, an incredible, very gifted person. But the person that he was living with was the opposite. And also, her toxicity was her jealousy. She didn't want to do what he was doing. She didn't really want to join the book club. She didn't really want to do these things, uh, to have the outlets, the social media things that he was doing, because he was putting himself out there. And he really inspired me also to open this channel. He was one of the people that inspired me to get on the camera, because I told him, my first response was never, I don't need this. I'm an introvert. I cannot even imagine being on public. So he really had that inspirational quality, but he was deeply, deeply unhappy, because his supposedly most close person was the most farthest, I don't know how to say this, she was the so far from him that he could never share. And when he was doing things out of the box, some days he would show up in a white shirt and a tie, at 5 a.m. just for the book club. He was trying to be creative and trying different things. Yeah, she was the most distant person, and she would kind of laugh at him and mock him. Fathers, yes, thank you. She would just mock him and laugh at him, and he was doing entrepreneurial things way before the shutdown. And I've been using Zoom for 5 or 6 years now, so for some people this is the first years they ever heard of Zoom. And this man was way ahead of his time with programs he made and all kinds of stuff. So he could never come home and share about his inspiration, because he would be immediately cut off. And I don't want to get into much of a detail, but let's just say things did not turn out so well. His entire destiny went to the not such a good direction, because for so long he was hurting in this relationship, and he was hoping it will change. So his entire destiny went. So, ladies, we doing the best for us and for others when we are our inspirational selves. I believe that the very core of being feminine is being inspirational within. It's being inspirational within. It's, have a smile for no reason, have adoration for the men that, move in the mountains for you. Have appreciation, give him that extra affection just because it's Tuesday, being light and playful. All of us, we have these things inside of us, but we had buried them. And when we became adults, and other people told us to not laugh for no reason, to not be so happy because bad things will, who knows the Slavic saying, don't be so happy because bad things will happen to you. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna read some of your comments, guys. Let's see. I'm gonna go back to caller. Hi everyone. Thank you so much for joining, and thank you for the kind words, and thank you for your generosity. I really appreciate that. Um I'm gonna well, oh, thank you, Fallen 8. Thank you, so this is so sweet. I would like to be an inspirational leader. Thank you. We all guys will support you. She's spitting facts. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Jim is saying you articulate the many experiences I have survived after 3 marriages. If I had any say about it, they would be only 2. Yeah, exactly, DJ. You are so right. Being positive about one another is so much better than comparing or being critical. Why not be kind and appreciative? It costs nothing. Exactly. For me personally, when I see another beautiful, energetic woman, it's almost like I fall in love. And it's just such a beautiful feeling. I think we were made to resonate with other women because we inspire each other. Once again, we can't learn femininity from men, right? We learn it from each other. And sometimes you watch somebody, now we maybe watching more things because of what's going on, right? Or you meet somebody and you just like, you feel like a butterfly to a flame when you meet a woman that has this wonderful energy. Doesn't matter how she looks like, uh what culture she represents, um how old she is, it doesn't matter, but she has this beautiful delicious energy, and it just like, it's kind of like recharges or inspires your energy, and then you communicate with her and you just like, oh, this is so awesome, and you go and make miracles, wherever you are going today. So I totally agree. And the thing is, if you get mad or jealous about somebody, why don't you go and do it? If you feel a poke jealousy because this particular lady have something you want to have, so go and get it. There is enough for everybody. There is more than enough, in fact. I think there is more than enough for just about anyone. There is no lack. Thank you so much for the kind words, everybody. I appreciate it. Somebody says, Anu saying people never change, that's another fact. Well, people never change for you. People may go through their internal process and they may uh, evolve, but you can't make somebody change. And it is better to keep your dreams and desires only for people who are very close to you. Because yeah, I truly believe so. Sometimes I have these desires to share, some of personal things, some wonderful things that are happening in my life. And then, I realize that I kind of want to protect that energy. I want that to brew and develop, and maybe I will share, maybe I will not. I think for us ladies, we are forgetting to validate, our happiness, when we getting some special things from the man we're with. A lot of times we immediately post it on Facebook or Instagram. My rule is post about maybe 1/10 or less, maybe 5% or 10% of what's really happening, because I feel that, I mean, of course, there are exceptions, but I feel that we don't give ourselves time to process and to appreciate, to just make that joy go through us, and we immediately post it somewhere to get people's validation, rather than internally feel that internal, being that joy generator, that internal, and then express it to the person that did something special for us. I feel like, very often we are living for social media approval, and that's also, we are exposing ourselves for everybody and becoming a target. You are becoming a target when you share too much about your personal life or what's happening. And I wish I wouldn't have to say this, but I think that there is a time and place to be vulnerable, and there is time and place to keep some delicious things for yourself. You won't have to share about what wonderful things are happening in your life, but your presence will, without saying what it is. You wouldn't have to say or brag about what's going on, but your presence, your demeanor, your attitude will do that for you. Does it make any sense to you guys and girls? It's so awesome to have girls on my channel as well. As well as, of course, I appreciate my men followers, and God knows, maybe we'll have some couples made in heaven. Oh, through my channel. Through our channel, shall I say. Hello, Joshua. Welcome. Yes, funny stuff is good. We need some laughter, Jim. A lot of people, of course, we suffer from dysfunction. We suffer from, most people are, do not want to spend any time to heal, and want to point out on others. I've noticed, I had some time in my life some years back when I felt critical of other people. And then I asked myself, why is that I feel this way? Is it because I don't want to do my own work? Why is it I'm spending time when nobody is paying me to worry about somebody else, when you know there are things to work on? So that really helps. Yes, exactly. I agree with that. DJ, what is your name? Because it sounds a little bit kind of reminds me, I don't know, usually men calls themselves just I mean, if you don't want to share, that is okay, but you write some good comments, so I'd like to call you a name, a good name. I think when you approach everything and everyone with a positive attitude, it often means that your life and relationships become more positive. Attitude counts for a lot. Yes, I agree. I agree. Because one of the major sign of toxic or poisonous is when nothing is good enough. You can have the best, you can live in the best house, being at the most wonderful climate, have most wonderful children, and nothing ever good enough. So yes, I agree. Oh, okay, Jenna, nice to meet you. I told you guys before, I have a friend that I actually met through YouTube. She's from Ukraine. She lives in Ukraine. She lives in Chernobyl, of all places. She lives also in a zone, like in a zone where there's literally couple houses. It's a, how to say, I don't know in English how to say this. Basically, place of no return. Okay, she does have a loving husband, but that's about it. And she's like the happiest person you've ever met, and she has love for everyone. So when I have some things that I'm not happy about, I give myself a check, reality check, you know. To me, that is inspiring. Okay, tea time. It's my Russian doll tea mug. Oh, Russian doll or nesting doll, I guess. All right, let's see. Um, Closer, come to me closer. Oh, hello, Petra. So good to see you. Good to see you, my friend. Why is it so hard for me to resonate with American Canadian women? Most of my friends are European. I don't know. I think that there's a lot of things have been happening culturally, but I feel like when we say American, it's such a generalization because there are so many cultures, backgrounds, and so on and so forth. I think that a lot of women are very much becoming very masculine and very unfulfilled, and for me, I have hard times being friends with women who are very, very masculine because, I mean, we just don't have much to talk about, you know? And I think we always try to find somebody who resonates with us, and there is nothing wrong about it. Yeah, I think with immigrants, yeah, right. I think with immigrants is that maybe that you don't take things for granted. You know, when you come, you have to start over. I don't care how old you are. You know, you start as if you're 5 years old again because you have to learn how to walk, how to drive, how to use uh how everything works, and everything is a challenge. Like every step is a challenge. You know, you got to get your documents, you got to get your permissions, you got to go through all this illegal stuff, and um every step is every step is a challenge. And I think there is something about that attitude to make it through and to appreciate. I think it's probably the appreciation too. But then again, you know, I have to say that I'm actually, to be very honest with you guys and girls, I empathize women that work extremely hard, you know, that doing men's work, you know, masculine women that doing men's work, and you know, they never really get to feel like a woman because they're always, you know, working, and they have the weight of the family on their shoulders, and they doing everything and more. I feel empathetic, and I wish they would know that they don't have to do all this. I wish that they would know that uh, a lot of things could be lifted up their shoulders. I empathize. I understand what it is. I've seen a lot of it. I've seen a lot of hard work and pain when I was growing up. So I'm not judging or laughing. I just want them to know, say, hey, you don't need to work so hard. You know, you don't need to work so hard. You can enjoy what you're doing more, and then your family will benefit a lot more than you killing yourself, killing your health, and when you come home, nothing of you left for your husband and your children. There is nothing left of you. You know what I mean? Like it's like literally you're like a squeezed lemon. But you know, in schools and in generally they teach now women to compete with men and to go for career and to abandon things that they may be naturally wanting. But it's almost like, you know, if you're a housewife, or if you are a stay-at-home mom, people look down at you, on you, in some ways, in some places. But I think that every woman should have a right of self-expression. If she wants to put a suit on and be an attorney and that's her dream, way to go. But if she wants to, if she does not enjoy working 24/7 and she wants to spend time with her husband and children, she should have that opportunity. Oh my gosh. How can a woman have fake femininity? I don't understand it, Veronica. I thought feminism was something that every woman was born with. Well, first of all, Joshua, you mixing up two uh, things that are completely different. Femininity is a natural born feminine, beautiful, loving, nurturing, caring spirit. Feminism is completely different. Feminism is when women are fighting to become men. That they saying, I'm just as strong as you are, and get out of my way. So a lot of women born feminine, but then they go to school and this what happens. I think that no man in the world should let women take out the trash. I'm gonna say this again. I think no man in the world should let his lady to take out the trash. Period. No exception. If you let your woman take out the trash, that's where your relationship is going to go. um Jenna is saying that's true. I've met serious career women not liking that I wasn't as competitive career minded. But ultimately, it's a matter of happiness. Exactly. If they're happy, they wouldn't care about what I'm doing. Yeah, exactly. I feel that it's nice to have options. And sometimes it takes a while. It takes a while to realize what is that fulfills you. Because, your family may tell you one thing, your school tells you another thing, and it's just sometimes you don't even know what you want because you abandon yourself uh to feed everybody, to do what your mother told you or society tells you to do. You don't even know what you would prefer to do. So yeah, it can take a while sometimes. Yeah, exactly. Event Horizon is saying, if I ask my wife to take out the trash, I would be in a garbage can wizard. That's right. That's right. I mean, how look at these hands. I mean, how can yeah, that would be a bad idea. Oh my goodness. Hello, Mark. Mark is saying, hello, Veronica. I have you on my 26-inch monitor. Almost life size. Yes, take. Well, I hope I look good there, Mark. I know it's 11 o'clock or something like that, but. Yes, taking out the trash, there is no doubt. You don't want to have a woman that would want to uh take out the trash. Okay? That is bad. Because as I mentioned earlier, your relationship will probably end up in the trash together with the trash bag. Oh, thank you. You are so sweet. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. uh, oh, wow, Jim. 52 inches. Cool. Wow. Well, voila. I don't actually. I don't actually have a TV, but I've received a monitor gift. So maybe I will connect it, and so I can watch people that I enjoy on it. I don't know how big it is because it's still in the box, but I know that's what I got. So we'll see. Thank you, Petra. Well, I was doing today. Okay, I'm gonna say this. I was doing today photo shoot, some shots in my glamorous furs for my Etsy fur shop, and I didn't want to waste the makeup. I'm just kidding. I actually get dressed every day, but I've been doing trying to do different looks. I did like a nude lipstick. I did almost no eyeliner, and then brighter lipstick. So I just was playing with it. And if you guys want, I can you can sometime look at it. Um, I was thinking to open a separate channel for just the women's channel, but boy, I don't know if I have energy for that. But anyhow, I was doing some pictures today, and it was a lot of fun. That's, by the way, to make that femininity um thrive and kind of bruise that without any occasion. Sometimes even if you don't go anywhere, especially with this stuff what's going on, just trying some of outfits, trying different makeup, different looks, it just really doing girly things really helps us to be less serious and more fun and feel more beautiful. So even if you don't have a shop, or you may have time and a little bit of inspiration, there is no problem, no issue to play a little dress up and have some fun, because all that cortisol is not good for us. Am I a friend of Alina McLeod? Well, I would love to be her actual friend, but um I know her, and she knows me a little bit. We kind of know each other through YouTube, but I would love to have a personal connection with her. It would be a lot of fun because I really like her. She's beautiful, beautiful person. Oh, my Etsy shop, Petra. You are scared? Well, if you're in Canada, I'm sure you have people who wear fur still. And I'm not scared. I wear my furs every single day. I don't enforce anybody do what I do, but I'm not gonna stop my joy because somebody woke up on the wrong side of the bed. So anyhow, thank you, Luke. Lawrence is saying, I love your insights and your videos, Veronica, but I accompany them with dating advice from men. Gotta get the perspective. Well, you can watch whoever you want, whatever rocks your boat. Yeah. Petra, I stop apologizing. A lot of people would tell me that, oh, you're so extra. It's only Tuesday, or you're this, use it. And I realize, yes, I am extra. And I don't live my life in sweatpants unless I'm working out, and I don't need to apologize or explain something. I'm just so done with trying to make everybody happy. So I understand you that you don't want to have drama, but just I'm glad you are wearing beautiful things. That's all I can say. I'm glad that you are staying feminine and enjoying yourself. Yeah. You can tell them it's as fake as your attitude. You know, people don't realize that fake fur is a lot worse for the environment than real fur, because fake fur does not biodegrade, and real fur does. So for environment, some years I have some furs from like 65 years ago that are still in a great shape. So if we're talking about recycling and um, recycling, renewable, biodegradable, those people just uneducated. Get them a book. Hey, you want a book? It's free on Amazon. Hmm. Yeah, or you can visit www.noneofyourbusiness.com or www.geteducated.org, especially for you and your ignorance. Joshua is saying, I know a guy who stay home and wash dishes and his wife works. I like to be in control because it make me, oh man, you never want to be a home staying man. That is the worst. That is, I mean, if you want to be a doormat, that is a great way to accomplish that. Yeah, that is the worst. That is the worst thing ever. I can't stop eating. You can't stop eating, Andrea. What are you talking about? You are so beautiful. You are literally a living doll. I honestly thought, when I saw your picture, I thought you were, maybe you're not real. So don't say that. You are absolutely beautiful, and I hope that you can find something to do. You should open a YouTube channel. Seriously, you're a living doll, inside and out. You should open a YouTube channel. I'll stop by and send you a super chat. Seriously. Don't, I think we're starting to eat and munch because, it's trying to fulfill things that we can't fulfill. I know we have some restrictions now, but you can do it. People would just come to your channel just to look at you. Seriously. And it sounds like you have such a nice um attitude about everything, and you're so kind and sweet. So I know I also I used to suffer somewhat from emotional eating, like when I would feel homesick, or I would feel that something is missing, I would start to eating. I started eating, but I am not doing that anymore, because I realized that that's a that is a bad pass. Thank you, Alina. I just said the truth. This is just the truth. Okay, I'm gonna make it not as. I was laughing when you said that you watched my son's video. That was so funny. Yeah, his entire channel got deleted for that video. Um, Inferiority complex is when you feel inferior to somebody. You feel that you are lesser than somebody else. That is inferiority. When you feel that, maybe sometimes you even try to compensate or show that you got this, but you are super how to say this, you feel insecure, and somebody, you feel inferior towards somebody, so somebody superior than you, and you feel some kind of way about it. It's never a good thing, just between me and you. Oh, thank you for the super chat. um Bill, I appreciate it. Would you say that most toxic ladies generally tend to be good actresses? Oh, yeah, could be because you're one person. So my main thing about this is you're one person on public, and behind the door, you're completely different. So you do need to have some acting skills, I guess, to make that. Of course, we all have, we all have, you know, person that goes out of the door and does things, and we have a person that deals with things at home. We all have multiple personalities, but in this case, the people who are truly very deceiving and very hurtful, um, having contradictory personalities. And thank you for the super chat. I'm gonna put some bubbles just for fun. Alina, Andrea, Alina, why are you saying that? Alina is saying, I'm not articulate enough to make a channel. I really admire how you can come up with such interesting topics in life. Well, how do you know? How do you know if you never tried? You don't know. I do not believe this for a second. Mm-mm. You're not gonna deceive me. I do not believe this for 1 second, what you just said. Especially with the lockdown, when you just have to see, your beautiful self in there, and there's, not much going on, and you shared about your plans and how it's hard to do some things that you had planned. You never know. But I do not believe you. Don't try to deceive me. Oh, I know. Thank you so much. Yes. He had a lot of wonderful videos on his channel, but I have them backed up on iCloud and on my big computer that is about, well, the new better days. Oh, just a second. Oh, just received a lovely message. So, but thank you so much. Yes, he's making account on Rumble. So if you those of you who used to follow him on YouTube, I can give you the link to his Rumble. He needs a little motivation. He needs somebody to start, kind of watching him, because he's a little shy, and he put so much work in his YouTube channel, and then just like, boo. It's really sad. But next year he will be able to reinstate it. Oh, thank you, Petra. Yes, I love the bubbles too. They're bubbly. So, all right. Yes, I'll share it with you guys. I promise. So, let's try to wrap up this conversation. I can probably make my point in like 3 minutes. Like seriously. Um. Okay, I see one request from Lawrence. The power of ignoring a woman walking away from her and saying no to her will earn you respect. Well, I don't know about that. There is a right way to do it, of course. It must be done right. Um, it really depends on the context. You should not be a doormat, but um, if you walk away in the wrong moment, you may not have another one. So it really depends on the context of what's happening. If she's mean to you or something is going on, like that, maybe, but um, it just really depends on the situation. I don't think it will be a very long conversation if you do it at the wrong time. Okay, I'm gonna go to black and white just to thank you so much for the bubbles, and thank you for the I got a beautiful message on my phone, but I'm gonna put it down. Thank you for the love. Yes, I can share it. Yes, I will share it, but a little bit later he needs to post some stuff. I will, yes. Oh, okay. Anybody who is I have in my mind and my Patreon group, I can share. So I'm here in the black and white darkness. So anyhow, my dear friends, really, anybody who is in the victim mode, anybody who is not living their deep down desires, anybody who just drinks, gossips, watching endlessly TV and cat videos, they're just neglecting what they truly want to do, always going to be frustrated and mad at other people. I also have noticed, even though I have a lot of passion for politics, but I can tell when all you can talk about is things outside of you, it means that you are neglecting. Okay, I don't want to be so serious, I'm going back to color. It means that you are neglecting what you're supposed to be doing. When it's all about other people, events, circumstance you cannot change, even if you're passionate about it, I feel that it is truly important to spend some time in silence and figure out what is it that you really want to do and you are not doing. Because people don't become poisonous or toxic out of nowhere. And a lot of times people just, men and women in this case, just deeply frustrated with their life, with their unfulfilled dreams, with not getting recognition, with not getting desirable things, and they feel like they lose hope, and they start to look for fillers. Sometimes it's addictions. It's addictions to just all these things that are not uh, bring you um quick joy or quick boost of dopamine, but then it's gone, and you just kind of um not drug yourself, but it's kind of fillers. You put all those fillers, you talk about other people, about things you cannot change, and you criticize everybody. And these people who go on the channels and always no matter what channels they would go, they would always write horrible comments. Oh, you're so ugly, you are so stupid, all this, at least once like I don't know, 5% of these comments, I mean, imagine the person that is having a great life, thinking, you know what, I need to go to a couple of these channels and write some horrible stuff. happy people who are fulfilled, they don't, how when you have happy days and sometimes you take time off, you just don't even check your social media, you don't check your um you take a break even from your friends, sometimes of your from your family, not to mention you're not hopping on live shows and write horrible things to people that doing what you want to be doing, right? You don't just hop somewhere and discourage others. And it's interesting because people think that somehow nobody will know because it's internet. You can put dragon 1981 or something like this, and you can write awful things, and you think that, well, nobody will know, but I'm gonna get my frustration and hopefully discourage. But it's interesting because people may not know that, but they will know at the same time by the way you show up, by the way you do stuff. So you can't really hide that. Yes, you can't really hide that. So instead of doing that, all of us, and I have to say that, we talked about toxic ladies in the beginning of these videos, but honestly, it does not discriminate. And a lot of men have, we have so many channels right now that live of the joy of putting the women down and labeling the women and telling them they have no hope, that their life is over, and that just awful discouraging things. So I think uh, poison is bad, and if only thing that spills out of the person is poisonous and negative, um that's that's a good idea to stay away. Or if you realize that sometimes it's you and you project your frustrations on others, it's really worth it to spend some time with yourself and ask yourself these questions and think like, what the hell I'm doing and why I'm doing this. you know you don't have to always tell the truth to everyone else, but as long as you tell truth to yourself, um you will have some hope and light in your life. And doesn't matter, how we package ourselves, how we wrap ourselves, our inner personality will always come out. It always comes out. And it's nice to wrap yourself in a beautiful way, but eventually it will be discovered, and you will know that people will know. You can't hide it for too long. So somebody asked me about fake femininity. It's just the fake femininity is when you pretend to care, you pretend to be nurturing, you basically really detached, and you really abandon that part of you as a woman that is caring and loving and nurturing, and you're not showing up authentically. You're not really present, and you are full of jealousy and frustration, which once again, jealousy, sometimes you see a picture of somebody, there is something you want. There is something you want. You see the picture like, oh wow. Instead of being jealous and mad and poisonous, it's like being admire and be inspired. That's what I would say for ladies who are watching me. Adore, admire, and be inspired. Because if somebody has something that excites you so much, there is nothing wrong with deciding to go for it and trying it for yourself. Adore, admire somebody who's doing what you want, and get inspired to do it yourself. Verdell is sharing that I can feel the poison in my body when I have a day off. The cortisol stress will age you faster. It's not worth it to be toxic or negative about others or yourself. Wow. Yeah, I know what you mean. Maybe I don't. Do you mean that you feel just tired, or you have bad thoughts, or do you have a negative self-talk? I have to say that talking about negative self-talk is, I mean, I work on that still. Once in a while, it's it happens. And it's interesting because negative self-talk usually comes from way, 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 way back times, early. You may not even remember, maybe from early childhood when somebody would telling you things, and I learned pretty well to stop it. Especially, if you had parents who were hard on you, or maybe you was the kind of person that is hard on yourself. Negative self-talk is definitely real, and man, what? My sheep fur fell down. This is negative. This is negative right here. Stay. Oh wow. Yeah. Yeah, it sounds like um you need some time maybe to recharge and have more rest and things like this. I feel that too sometimes. uh but it just means that you need some rest usually, but I don't know in your case. Yeah, it could be some sign of a burnout. So you got to find a way to heal that, and make it better, because I know exactly how that can feel. It's awful. Yes, overworking, exactly. That's why we were not supposed to work like men. We're not built like men. We don't look like men. We're not supposed to work like men. That's true. Am I wrong? Yeah. Northern USA, hello, says, I'm always happier when busy. I struggle to be confident. Doing good work is constant affirmations that I'm good enough. Yeah. I think for men especially, it's um you feel good through the action, through the service and things you do. Yes. I will tell you guys my little secret before I go, because it's getting really late. So when I have a crazy head, when I have some thoughts and self-doubts and just like some weird stuff going on in my creative mind, I just start to do I just start doing something. I start being productive. I start to do logical things, uh, organizing something, getting something done, and then like I feel when you do right things with your hands, or you're doing something joyful, it truly heals your mind. Yeah, cleaning is an incredible therapy, because you feel you put everything. It's funny because actually I do not like cleaning, but when I need a therapy, or when I need to get my mind together, sometimes it really helps. Another thing that I love doing is doing something that just brings me pure joy, just something that is just like creative and fun, and you just forget about everything, and you're just in the moment 100%, and there is no responsibilities attached to it. You're just like in a state of joy, and you're just creating, and you just lost in the moment. And for me also, sometimes I have to be with somebody special to, recharge and, just connect. um but sometimes I have to be by myself with no sounds, no phones, and nobody talking to me, and like as if I'm dead. Like, don't talk to me, don't call me. This is usually my Sundays. I mean, it depends, but I mean, closeness and, intimate things are also very healing, but sometimes you need that recharging, just being you, and just like peace. But everybody is different. Some people recharge with other people. Yes, I love being in the nature. That's my favorite as well. One of my favorites. Um, I don't need to change my reality, Jim. I love my reality. I can't, or I'm not planning to go into much details, but I don't want anything unthinkable. I like the way things are unfolding and going, and I'm just, even though I share a lot of things on YouTube, but I have, I'm actually a very private person, so I actually love, um, yeah, I don't want to go too much because I know I'll spill the beans. So, oh, thank you. I love red too. I like so many different shades of red. Um, I love so many different shades of red. Red is my favorite color. But thank you, Jim. I know you are thinking about positive things, but I don't want anything unthinkable. You know, I'll tell you maybe sometime, if we talk one on one, so don't worry about me. I'm just very protective. I'll just put it this way. I'm very protective of my personal space, and I recommend you to do the same, because every person should have part of their life. Every person should have some privacy and some joys that um, it's up to them whether they want or do not want to share about it. And I think that um, maybe I'm overprotective, but I have my reasons for it. I do not really, yeah, I mean, definitely. Wait, what's going on with my arm? Did I just break my arm? Life on right on a live show? No, please not. No, okay, it's good. It's good. Oh, like it hurts. Um, we all have, we all been through trauma, but I don't think about my trauma. I don't need it. Like, it's not on my daily you know man, I need to do some healing workshop with somebody. Yes, exactly, exactly. Northern is saying you really need to have personal space boundaries in today's social media world. Exactly, because as soon as you put your loved ones or your special on social media, it's just all hell breaks loose. So yeah. And I feel, especially when you are somewhat of a public person, there are times when you're comfortable sharing special things going on in your life, but sometimes you don't feel like it. You just need your privacy, and that's okay. And sometimes you want to share it. But I really think that you have to be a very, I don't know. I just I just think that everybody need to have their space. Yeah, Jim, you know what? I understand what you're talking about, and I know you've been through a lot. And I have actually worked on these things. We all go through. Not a single person in this chat. Tell me, do I have one person in this live chat that never been traumatized by life events? If you never been traumatized by life events, put one. If you have been traumatized by life events, put two. I can guarantee you there is not a person alive who didn't go through some trauma. But of course, it's different. I know your story, Jim, and I understand where you're coming from. But I had done two, yes. You're going to lose somebody, you're going to go through some personal traumatic experience. I mean, it's just, so I don't really, I think I've done a lot of work, and I just live in happiness and joy. And once in a while you may you have certain things that you feel, but I don't know, I don't like being unhappy. Yes, there are definitely times, but I just don't like being unhappy. I feel that the difference between pain and suffer is that pain is something that happens to you unexpectedly. Maybe somebody you love, something happened, you broke up, somebody died, somebody, you lost your, I don't know, job, you are in an abusive relationship, whatever is happening. But suffer, so pain is something that happens suddenly, you have no control of it. But suffer is when you realize what's happening and you are staying there and you keep receiving the pain. So it's painful enough for you to cry, but it's not painful enough for you to change something. Once again, it's painful enough for you to cry or complain, but it's not painful enough for you to get your butt off and go and do something and change something and um, change your circumstance. They actually have that story about the dog. Uh, the dog is crying, squealing every day, and near this neighbor, and this neighbor comes to this old couple and asks, each time I pass your home, you have this dog and it keeps squealing every single day. I feel so bad. Why your dog is crying? And the owners are saying, well, she's actually there is a nail under her, under the dog, but it's painful enough for her to squeal, but it's not painful enough for her to walk away from it. Painful enough for her to squeal, but not painful enough for her to walk away from it. How about that? So sometimes, when something really awful happens and your life gets turned upside down, it's actually a good thing, because it's painful enough for you to walk away from that nail. Thank you, Verdell. Yeah, I mean, we were not born to just be the same every day. I mean, things are going to happen. Yeah. Trauma is a bad experience, and bad experience can make you or break you. It's a choice. Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I feel that persons that been through a lot cries a little. So when you've never seen anything and some little things are happening, you're just gonna be like, oh my god. when you've seen a lot, you don't cry, you get upset a lot. So that's how I saw it. Yeah, some people love to stay on a nail. Some people don't have enough of, it's not uncomfortable, it's uncomfortable enough to cry and complain, but it's not, which is talking about toxic, it's pretty toxic and poisonous, but it's not painful enough to go and change something. I feels like Alina, or and how should I call, Alina is funny because Alina is a Russian name, but it says Andrea first, so I'm gonna say Andrea. Um, yes, from the ashes when you really rise, and I think we have these cycles at least like 5-7 years. We completely, you know, reborn, born again, evolve, starting from zero, and we have all this growth. So I think nothing wrong with that. I feel that when you are going through the loss, or you're going through major life change, or you're going through a breakup, yeah, in that moment, you obviously experience what you experience. You can't just like bottle it in and pretend, oh, I am so happy, But I mean, it's a process, and life is continuing. So, so Jim, please don't worry. I don't actually want anything unthinkable. I just want things to keep unfolding the way they are. I want things to stay magical. Maybe one day I will share. Maybe not. But I hope that everyone will um, really look at those things that trigger you, or like you feel maybe a little bit jealous, or you feel unfulfilled, and it's such a good time right now to really talk to you, since we are separated. Sometimes we are even separated with our loved ones now, because somebody may be in another state, somebody may be, over the ocean. Some people are in your state, but you cannot see them right now. So it's such a good time for a conversation with yourself, such a good time for figuring out why is that, nobody knows better than you. You know, even when you go to talk to a specialist, to a counselor, to whoever, nobody really knows better than you. You really come to another person to speak with yourself. It's just because you are forced to open up. So it is really a wonderful time to have that intimate time with your own self, to make sure you are not the toxic one. Honestly, because we are watching all these videos about these people and those people, but each time I'm listening about um some irregularity, or some disorder, or each time I'm thinking, dang, this sounds very similar. I hope like I'm, you know you know I hope I'm not the psychopath or whoever. It's just really funny because I remember one time I had this book, and I was in my psychology classes, and it was describing a psychopath or sociopath. I don't remember, and I'm reading this, and I'm in total horror, because everything that it described, I feel really resonates with me. Almost like I almost want to scream and run out of the classroom. And then it says, well, if you recognize yourself, blah, 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 don't worry. You are okay. But so it was something so funny. It was like a plot twist, because you regain all those qualities, and you every paragraph you read is really it's really mortifying, because you recognize yourself, and it's just absolutely crazy. I remember that feeling. It was just absolutely insane. But then It actually was some kind of test. And if you feel that you resonate and you actually were okay, because those people with those deviations, they cannot recognize themselves. Jim. Oh my goodness, yes, maybe a little bit. No, I don't think so. But thank you for the question. I'll consider that next time you want to talk to me. Yeah, there was something. It just was a test actually, because it was a practical thing and it was a test, and it was so. I remember that feeling of, honestly, I'm laughing now, but I remember I was just mortified, and I just felt this. It's hard to explain, you know, when somebody. I mean, it's hard to explain, but I think it was very revealing, but it ended up, of course, in hysterical laughter, because just the way they put that together, and they said below that psychopaths or sociopaths can never recognize or resonate with none of those points. So that made me feel better. You guys understand, you know, I'm sure a lot of you are pretty sensitive people, and a lot of you may be empathetic. So when you have empathy, high empathy, and you are an empath, you know, you are very impressionable. So that would happen sometimes. Yes, exactly. The things that's wrong about sociopaths, they don't see what is wrong with their behavior. Exactly. Oh my god. Yes, I could be a comedian. That would be a better role. Thank you, Petra. I'm glad you feel this way. I'm glad you find this entertaining. Thank you. Well, that's the point. Is not to be bored. Yes, you know what? Honestly, at some points we are all there's every person have something to work on, especially if you are hot tempered. But I think, you know, when you are a good natured person, people are more likely to forgive you sometimes your temper or things you say, when people know that when people, you know, I always feel that always be the person that if people would be talking behind your back and talking trash, nobody would believe them. I'm gonna say this again. Be the person, be so open and enlightening and kind to others. Just the best, the happiest, the most vibrant you. Then, if there would be people gathering behind your back, or there would be one person that, oh, blah, 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 that people would laugh at that person that trying to color you, uh, that you are bad or you are, you know, um, negative, right? You know, when you have that light uh, about you, nobody will believe somebody who comes and brings a gossip. So with that being said, I think it's time to say good night. I know it's been a long night. uh Good night, Verdal, and I know it's getting really late, so I have not done the dark triad test, but I'll look into it. So, with that being said, my dear friends, have a wonderful night, and wake up tomorrow in wonderful spirit, ready for magic and beautiful things. And I will see you very soon. Good night.